Okay, so lesson number one. So the first lesson is going to be about what is code? What is computers? So here you see we're on the GitHub, and I just want to explain how code works first, essentially. So I've got some props. I've got my old computer. It's very, very old. I've had it for maybe 11 years or something like that. So I'm gonna, be a bit rough with it. But this is a computer, right? And so a computer, what it does is it's given instructions and then it'll perform some calculations. So maybe you give it a math problem and then it will you write out the math problem and then it will solve the math problem. You can think about it like that. And you kind of everyone knows what a computer is. So I like to think about things in analogies when I'm learning things first. So what happens is I have my computer, and the whole idea about coding is that we want to write some. So this is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I'm just going to use this as a prop. We give it some, and this is actually translated into English, right? So we give it some instructions in plain English. Yep, and we just give that to the computer. And then the computer, now there's two things the computer can do from here. It can either convert the English to machine code or the computer language, and then it'll perform whatever instructions are in this book here. Or the second thing it can do, I have another prop, is it puts on its glasses. Yeah, it puts on its glasses, and instead of translating this book into machine code, these are magical glasses. They let you just read on the fly. They let you read on the fly what the book is. So this analogy is getting a little bit outlandish. So I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on here. So you've got two types of programming languages. Putting these ones away. You've got two types of programming languages. You've got compiled and interpreted languages. Now, compiled languages are like, sort of the more old school languages like C++, C, Java. Java's a compiled language. Go is newer, it's a compiled language. And they're generally faster. And so what a compiled language is it's you just feed it the book and it'll translate it. An interpreted language like Python or JavaScript, for example, is one where you put on these glasses and then on the fly, you just read it. These magical glasses that read it. So Python, what we're going to be learning, is one of these glasses languages. Now, usually compiled languages are sort of like a little bit more intermediate and they're a bit harder to learn. This is a beginner course. We're going to learn an interpreted language, which is Python, and we'll be using the glasses. And the glasses, formally the glasses are called the interpreter. So it'll take your code that you write, and then it will convert that into, you write your Python code. You write Python code, and then it turns it into machine code. You can think about it as like the ones and zeros you see in movies. Okay, cool. So that's kind of what I just wanted to talk about. And Python is probably the easiest language to learn for a beginner. So that's why we're doing this in Python. It's an introduction to coding, and I believe Python is the easiest thing to do. So having said that, what we're going to do is, and you see, there's a few ways to run Python, There's many ways, but what we're going to do for this course, right, is we're just going to do it online. We're going to run Python online because I don't want to spend a lot of time trying to like mess around setting up Python on your machine, because it's like, I just want to code. I just want to get straight to the code, and maybe I think I'm going to leave it to you for homework to try get it running locally on your machine. But there's actually a few ways we can set up Python. So one way is, so I'm using Linux, I'm not using Windows, but this is the terminal in Linux, but on Windows it'll be like CMD. Just so you go to your search bar, press the Windows button, and then just type in CMD, and then you'll see a little black box thing, and this is what that is. So you can actually run Python from here. I have it installed already, so I'll just get to that. So it's actually Python 3. Yeah, so that is the Python, and then I can Python, you can do some math. We'll get to it later, but that's what Python is. So you can run it from here. Well, I'll just close that. Another way you can run it is in these so-called integrated development environments. So it's just a program, like, think of Microsoft Word, right? So you can type something, right? You can just do it in your regular notepad or like a typewriter. But one of the best things that happened, I don't know when Microsoft Word is from, like the 90s or something, that really helped people improve how they write things is Microsoft Word, or just electronic word processor. And it gives you all spell checks and all that kind of stuff. All that great, it makes stuff bold or italic, or you can change the font size or the font theme, for example. Yeah, so that's exactly what an integrated development environment does. I'm using VS Code, which is technically a text editor. There are other ones like PyCharm, which is a proper one, but here, so you see, like, so here I've written some, so these are the lessons and how I write them, and you see some code here. And the great thing about these things is that it gives you this nice, like, highlighting, this nice highlighting, you know, and all that kind of crazy stuff, which is really nice. I don't want to get into that at the moment. I just want to go straight to doing Python. So I'll just give you a little, and I've put the install instructions here. Now, every machine is different, so unfortunately you might just go watch some YouTube videos how to install it, but sometimes the best thing to do is you go straight to the Python website. So the Python website is python.org, and then you'll get to something that looks like this. And literally what you're going to do, you're going to go downloads, and then you're probably on Windows, right? And then you just hit and then it's just gonna, like, you hit it, and then you just click through, and then it'll start, like, you know, this executable thing. It'll download on your machine, and then you just, like, click it, and then it'll run you through the whole installation process. It's really simple. I think same for Mac OS. Linux, I'd be surprised if you're using Linux, because that's like a coding thing, and this is a beginner coding course. So if you're using Linux, I think you know what you're doing, and you're just here for the vibes, which is cool. I love it. I love the vibes. Yeah, but the Linux, it's a bit more tricky. You'll have to download it. Like, you get a gzipped thing, and you have to unzip it and then install it in your path and stuff. But you know what you're doing, because I see you're a Linux user. But anyway, have a go at trying to do that, and then try run a Python program. So try run this Python program. So well, I'll show you what to do. So what we're gonna do actually is just do Python online. So this is just like a Python, you know, online developer thing, right? And so and you can just write Python code. So don't worry too much about this. So what you can do is I'm just going to show you this. So I'll just go to the settings. All right, so this is the default settings. I just changed mine real quick because I like. So you can go Control A, highlight it all, backspace, and then it's just all empty. It's all good. Now what I'm going to do, because I love this thing called Vim, and it like has tons of shortcuts, and I'm just used to it. I'm going to change it to Vim. If you're an absolute beginner, just ignore the last 5 seconds I told you about Vim. So it's just a way to navigate stuff, like go up and down, left to right. You know, like. So let's get to the lesson. Let's write our first bit of Python code. So we're going to write the typical Hello World program, which is like every time you learn a programming language, every time I learn a programming language, I write the Hello World program, which is the program is saying hello world to the world. And so I've learned Rust, I've learned Java, I've learned C#, C++, and the first thing I do whenever I learn a new programming language is like, I need to write hello world to the world. And so what that is I'm going to display on the screen text hello world. Now in the coding world, you know, displaying something to the screen, it's called standard out. So displaying it to the screen, to do that, we use the print function. There's loads of functions in Python, and we're going to use the print. You can think about it as like printing something, like, you know, like a printer printing. You put your printing to the screen. So it's real easy. I'm just going to like literally write one thing here. So, you know, I have this memorized, and see, I love this because it's like it predicts what you want to do. So I'm just going to hit enter. I could have just typed out the whole thing, but you know, I could just do enter, print. And what I'm going to do here, maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Is that better? Is that better? It's a video, so you can't actually respond to me, but I think it might be better. Anyway, so we're just going to put these quotation marks here, like this. And we're just going to go, these quotation marks are a string. It's a string. We'll get to that soon. But we're just going to write hello, 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 hello world. Hello world. So literally just copy this. Just, I think for the vibes, you know, just get like used to writing stuff. And that's your first program. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit run. It says you can hit F8 if you want to run it. You know what? I'm a shortcut guy. I love shortcuts. So I'm going to hit F8. Share this code. Yeah, cool. So, and it executed, right? So what happened was we wrote this, and then below, so I'll just zoom out a bit. You know, everything's there. And we have our hello world problem. Okay. First exercise. So this is what we're going to do. First, oh man, the solution's right there. I hope you didn't see it, but replace the greeting with your own name, and run it both from the command line and via the IDE. Okay, cool. So the command line is just this thing here. Look, if you haven't got it installed, if you didn't, don't worry about it. What I want you to do is just modify this so that it prints hello, whatever your name is. Okay, pause the video. Unpause the video. Hopefully you tried it. Give it a go. But I'm just gonna go through the solution, and it's real simple. So we're just gonna replace world. So that's the magic of Vim. I could just bring that back and just like backspace, backspace, backspace. But I love Vim because you have all these cool shortcuts. But the solution to the exercise is my name is Steve. So I'm just gonna go hello Steve, and then that's it. We're gonna run it. And it's hello Steve, and if you get, and whatever your name is, just replace it there and you're all good. Okay, so this was lesson 1. Really, really, really simple. Hopefully, I think it's more about getting the momentum of coding going. So, yeah, I'll stop the video there, and I'll see you for lesson 2.